Just to clear it, what happened?
Oh, nothing. It's gonna be fine. I mean, nothing serious at all. There's more precautionary. It's spring ball, so they don't really want anybody getting seriously hurt. And so if there's a little bit of a problem, then we're just gonna take care of it before anything goes bad. So yeah, I mean, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just a little bit precautionary.
How do you feel about this group as a unit? I mean, you guys obviously lose a couple guys.
Mm-hmm.
You got a lot of guys returning, and still some a guy like you, obviously. You're kind of, it seems like you've emerged as a leader, even though you're still young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think on the offensive line, we're pretty young. I mean, we got me and Jake, who are in the same class. I mean, or I guess now him and Hronis in the same class because he plays a true freshman. But yeah, I mean, the three starters we have returning are me, and I'll be a sophomore, and then Jake and Hronis, and there's only going to be juniors. So I mean, they got 2 more seasons left in them, and so I mean, we're a young group, and but I think the team as a whole, we're really starting to come together. And I was worried. I'll be honest at the beginning, when Coach Kelly left and the last couple of our seniors, a couple of our main leaders, I thought we were going to fall apart a little bit, and I thought everybody's going to kind of start doing their own things and not doing things the Oregon way. But I mean, we really didn't have any of that. We stayed together, and we had some guys kind of emerge as leaders, and everyone's kind of got each other's backs right now. So it's a really good deal.
Were you worried from an offensive line standpoint, or as a team as a whole?
More because the offensive line I'm never worried about. I mean, we hang out like on the weekends all the time. I live with one offensive lineman. Other guys live together. I mean, we're always going to stay as a tight unit. I mean, we are inside jokes. Like we have a good time. We're all fat, so it's perfect. But yeah, I mean, it was more of a team as a whole. Because you don't spend as much time with other positions as you do your own. Because you're practicing together, you're in meetings together, you're spending the entire day together. So, but yeah, so it's more of a whole team thing I was worried about. But like I said, we haven't had any of that, so it's been a really good deal.
Who are some of the guys? You mentioned guys stepping up and kind of taking the leadership role. Who are some of those guys?
Hronis, he's really stepped up as leader. He's tried to be more vocal across the team. Then, of course, guys like Marcus, and Marcus is really quiet. That's the thing. And so, it's really nice to see him kind of embrace his leadership position. And he's been a little bit more vocal this year. And so, you got guys like that. And, of course, like the defensive guys are always, on top of it, like Taylor Hart. And they're always doing their thing on the defensive side. But, yeah, we've had a few guys really step up and kind of take the reins.
I was talking to Hronis just a few minutes ago about this. And, maybe there's a little bit more of a connection, obviously, with him and Marcus, given that he's the center, obviously.
Yeah.
But the difference between last year and this year, last year in spring ball and going into fall camp, it was obviously a wide-open quarterback competition. You didn't know who the guy was. This year, you know who the guy is. How much of a difference does that make as an offensive line?
I don't think it makes that or too much of a difference, because we're out there, like, we pride ourselves on blocking our ass, just blocking for anybody that's back there. We don't really, we don't mind who it is. And
but in terms of tendencies or anything like that, is
a
little bit of a difference there?
The only difference is, the way they move in the pocket. That's the only time we really know, like, the difference in our quarterbacks. And like I said, I think with Marcus right now, he does a little better job than Lockie and Rodriguez just because of the experience. He knows how, that he can trust us in certain situations because he's played with us in front of him for a full season. And they really haven't done that or gotten the chance to do that. And so when they might get a little nervous if they see Baseko Lacombo coming fast off the edge, they might get nervous and kind of move out of the pocket a little too early when we'll eventually cover him up anyway, and it wouldn't have been an issue. So Marcus, I think he's got that comfort with us, and he really trusts us to get our blocks, and we do that for him. So
I know a lot of times you have your back to him, but
yeah.
But you do live with Jake, and
yep.
You know him well. In terms of Jake and Jeff battling it out for that backup spot, that number 2 spot, what are some of the differences and similarities in their game?
It's hard to say. They're both. They make really good reads. And I think they're pretty evenly matched, but they're good at different things. If that makes sense. Like where one of the guys struggles, maybe his pocket movement isn't so good, but his reads and his throws are better than the other. There's just so many levels that they're different and similar on. And it's just kind of it is a battle right now. It's it's really interesting to watch practice. Like how these young guys are kind of taking the stress of who am I, like, who's going to play. It's kind of fun to watch them freak out a little bit, or just watch them struggle a little bit. So that part of it's a little bit fun, but they're doing a really good job. Both of them are.
Every play for them is kind of magnified because they feel like one mistake. It's like, now I'm a step behind.
I think so. I mean, they do a good job, and they got a good leader. Marcus and Dustin. Like those are 2 guys. If they make a mistake, they're cool-headed and whatever. Next play, we're gonna kill it. Like, it doesn't matter to them. You know what I mean? So they've had that to look up to. They don't freak out too much. They've made a bad read or thrown an interception or something like that. They don't lose their heads or, so if they make a mistake, they're gonna bounce back just like Marcus did, and, just like Darren Thomas did a couple years ago. But they're both level-headed dudes, and they have Marcus to thank for that, I think.
Seems like Kyle is a guy that you grew pretty close to.
Yeah.
You're just given you guys kind of
Yep.
switching positions, always battling each other. I remember last year you were saying, it's always just a battle between you guys.
Yeah, well, it was
all season long.
Oh yeah.
Now that he's, so to speak, a week or so away from realizing the dream, do you in touch with him and talking to those guys?
Yeah, I mean, I've been in touch with both him and Ryan Clanton quite a bit. Kyle actually just group tested the entire offensive line this past week, and we talk, and every time he's here, we hang out every day. So, I'm just real proud of that dude. He worked his tail off all season, and he was just such a raw player coming in here. You know what I mean? I feel like he just started playing football, and he's just dominating defensive linemen. He's just got that. There's something about him. His nastiness is just unparalleled, I don't think. And I'm really proud of where he's at, and I'm real excited for him. So.
Jonas was telling me you guys have some sort of group chat that you guys. He said
all the time.
You don't want to make public.
No. It's fun though.
But I asked him if he could keep something from there that was PG that he could tell us about. He said there's something about Kyle tweeting out 3 pictures of a double double or pictures of 3 double doubles.
Oh my God!
What
yeah.
are the kind of things you guys talk about?
I mean, we talk. I mean, that group chat. That's definitely an offensive line thing. We got inside jokes in there. We got a bunch of stuff like that. But yeah, I think probably the few PG things we got is just got like the fatness of our group sometimes, man. It's just mind blowing. I mean, we'll like if we're shopping or something or we're going to like say a fast food restaurant, we just get something that's just absurd, like a come on bro moment. Like we'll take a picture of it and just send it like this is gonna be my feast tonight. It'll, like literally Kyle one night had like a 4x4 and then like 2 double doubles like from In-N-Out and like a thing of animal fries. He's like, I'm so hungry. And we're like, dude, you are so fat. Go work out. But yeah, so there's stuff like that we do all the time, and that keeps everything fun. And
it seems like you guys embrace the stereotype.
Oh, we do. We embrace it because it's not necessarily true for offensive line. You know what I mean? Like, a couple of our guys are a little bit overweight, but it's nothing compared to like SEC or Big Ten offensive linemen. They're just big fat guys that can't do a thing laterally. So we embrace it. Pretty much all of our guys are under 20% body fat, and that's pretty crazy for an offensive line. And we'll always make fun of each other, like, dude, you're fat, man. But like, it's not like you can't honest to God call Jake Fisher fat. You know what I mean? So, but like we still call him fat all the time. It's just kind of a fun thing. So.
Who's the best eater on this group right now?
Best eater? Well, I'm definitely gonna say I'm the worst. Are you talking like health-wise, like most? Okay, yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. So I'm the worst. I struggle. I try to eat as much as I can, but I don't. I struggle in the eating thing. So I'm probably the worst. But I think the best eater is probably either Jake or Hronis, or maybe I think probably either Jake or Hronis, because they're always making food at their house. If I go over there, then like I'll actually eat that day, because there's if they get bored, they eat. If I get bored, I watch TV. It's I don't know, it's just a thing. But so they're always making sausages and throwing on the sausage. I don't know, they're always grilling, just doing all that stuff. So if I want to gain some weight, that's where I go.
What about Hronis in particular? We've talked a lot about Sheepskin. Such high praise.
Oh yeah.
And just his progression from basically not knowing what he was doing at all to now being one of the main leaders of this team, and Mark just said it. Mark Helfrich just said it. One of the best players on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. Hronis is. Yeah, I think I would definitely agree with Coach Helfrich. He's definitely one of the best players on this team. I think he knows the offense. Our blocking scheme's better than anybody on the offensive line, and you need to as a center. That's the quarterback of the offensive line group, and. I look to Hronis every single play just to make sure. Because I know what I'm doing, but I just want to be sure, to run it by Hronis before I make the final decision. You know what I mean? If we have time during plays, I might call something. I'll look at him just to make sure it's true, and he'll give me a nod. I'll be like, all right, we're good. Now we can play. But I think he really embraces that position, and he's really taking control. And like I said, technically, he can just tell the difference too. He's always been a pretty good player, but coming in, I always look to guys like Greg, for his techniques. His technique is just flawless in every regard, and and I think Hronis is starting to match him, and he's really bumped up his technique, and like I said, that's just made him such a good player. 'Cause he's already been good. He already had the raw talent, and yeah, now he's amped up his technique a little bit. He's dominant now, so it's pretty crazy.